Hey everybody out there, this is Kris Nicholson. I was putting away some music in some cabinets and I actually found this, which is really cool. And a lot of people first, of course, you know, I love pianos, I love keyboards, anything with keys on it. I am a keyboard and piano enthusiast. And plus I'm a collector. I love all different kinds of things dealing with pianos and keyboards, but this is what I found today in mint condition. Except for the sticker right there, which says $5. But this right over here, this is the digital digital home keyboard guide. This is edition 2002, and everything it's like brand spanking new. I couldn't believe when I found it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna cherish it. So I want to flip through the pages with you. I want to put this down on the bench, flip through the pages with you, show you the keyboards and what was available in 2002. So just let's go down memory lane, can we? So what I have to do is I have to flip this over. And you see my new Yamaha P515 right in back of it. That's a beautiful Baldwin Grand. That's a Baldwin L. So right here, this is where I'm gonna put the magazine in. See if you guys can see that real good. And we're gonna just zoom in. Whee, just like that. Zoom in like that, and I hope the lighting is good for you guys. Okay, so check this out. Front cover right over here, that is that's a Roland VA7. I have the VA76 at home, which is a 760 key version of it. And this looks like one of those Weber digital brands which I used to sell. Okay. Techniques was still in business, 2002. That's the Technics PR1000. And that was the last grand piano that they made. In 2002, Kauai just basically got the award from MMR, one of the best digital pianos and stuff like that. The MMR Dealer Choice, that's what it is. And over here, this is the MP9000. Right over here, this is a ES1. Gosh, that tells you how old this thing is. This right over here, I used to sell these. The CP200s, and this is the CA series right over here, which is pretty cool. Oh my gosh, well, this is when Roland made Arranger digital pianos. You don't even see that anymore. And somebody's calling me, but they're gonna have to wait. But look at that, over here there's the the KR5770. So you have those in oak. I'm just gonna let my phone ring, everybody. Casio had their lighted Salviano digital piano, which is just really, really weird. Hold on, let me just get that phone real quick. And you don't see that anymore. You don't see Casio lighted Salviano digital pianos anymore. The red is for the right hand and the yellow is for the left hand. And instead of this was like their version of like teaching systems, which is really cool. Check that out. I remember this page. Okay, so I see a VA7. This right over here, this is a PSR 9000 Pro. I'm sorry, 9000 Pro. They didn't put PSR in there. One of my friends has one of those. This keyboard I gave to my little cousin, that's an Easy 30. This is the PSR 540, and this is the Techniques, that's when Techniques was in business. I wish I would have seen Techniques when they were now. The P50, and underneath here, that's the KN 6000. I have one of those at home, which is really neat. And this goes right through. The VA7. This one over here, this is, that's Panasonic. Made by Techniques. That's a Panasonic keyboard right there. I forgot what model. It doesn't say what model it is, but it's really neat. Okay. Casio launched their lighting keyboards right over here, so that's like an LK something. You know. Oh wow, what the hell is this? What is that? That's unbelievable. That's a keyboard. It's Samick keyboards. This is Samick, everybody. That's why I couldn't recognize it. This is the old Yamaha Disclavier Mark II series, I think it is, or Mark III. Wow. That's when they had the floppy disk drive and a CD. It shows all the home keyboards that were in 2002. Everything from Technics to Yamaha. Suzuki's still on the line. You don't see Suzuki. That's one, the SP30, the SP70. It shows you every single detail feature. I remember reading all of this stuff. Okay, so we're gonna pass by that. Here's the Technics right here. The Technics PR1000. That was the highlight. Back then, when of course Yamaha had their Clavinovas, Technics overcame Yamaha. And so, if you had a Technics keyboard back then, or still these days, it's considered gold. And everybody still loves the Technics keyboards. That's a Suzuki. I remember these, the HG500s. And this right over here, that's a Kawai. I think it's one of the CP lines, which is really cool. Suzuki was in full-fledged. You know how many of these I had and ordered? I must have had the whole line of Suzukis. Everything, I had this one, I had that one, had this one, had this one. I didn't have that, but I had this one, which is really, really cool. And then it tells you about the upright digital pianos, what all the specs are. So Casio had their AL150R, and Korg had, let's see, their top-of-line digital piano was the C4500. The C4500. No, I'm sorry. Their top line was the CI 9600. So there's all the specs of that. So there's more. This is the grand models right here. Baldwin had digital pianos made by General Music. I don't know, Viscount had their own digital pianos. The Suzuki line, Weber. I forgot what Weber's made by, everybody. These are the portable digital keyboards. You know, these are all the specs. But I used to read this. Okay, here we go. Samick. These are all the Samick digital pianos. So you had everything from the SXP 511, which you could have in ivory or if you want it in black. And this is the SXP 411. Yes, the GX 515N, and you know, so on and so forth. Oh, by the way, Samick was powered by Emu. So that's an old name that you don't hear from anymore, but you won't believe it. A lot of people, including me, are still using Emu sounds. This right here, that was a Baldwin Concert Master. So that same piano that I showed you, they had the player Concert Master on there, which is really neat. Okay, this is Mason and Hamlin's piano disc. This is all about the piano disc, which is really cool. Mason and Hamlin's still in business. And I tell you this, they're the nicest company ever. I went to go see them at Anaheim, California, NAMM, and I tell you this, they basically welcome you with open arms, which is really cool. So I hanged out with them, I joked with them, I laughed with them. We had cocktails together. It was so cool. I hanged out at the Mason and Hamlin bar, Mason and Hamlin booth, than more than any other booth. There's the Casio Salviano. This is when Salviano started making really, still is really good. But Salviano went pro now. But this is when they made the light keyboards right over here. Over here, the Roland teaching system. I forgot, this is an MT module, right, which is really cool. Okay, let's see. What is this? The Vancouver Company. Never heard of that. I think I did hear that. They're made by Viscount and they have a screen in the middle. I remember that. I do remember that. This one over here, this is a chord. I think it is. It doesn't say on the bottom, but it looks like a chord. The Weber digital piano. They were a nightmare. They were ugly. They were disgusting. I told them many times I could have made their cabinets way better than they made them. The Viscount digitals. We sold many of these right here. This also came in a player version. Let's see. This is explaining about MIDI in and out, and the systems right over here. Well, this is really cool. And back then, the oscillators, the channels. What kind of computer is this? That is old. Look at that computer, everybody. You don't see those anymore. The computers are not even white anymore. Okay, who is General MIDI? So this is the beginning. Everybody wanted to know about General MIDI, what you could do with General MIDI. Now General MIDI is on every single keyboard. It's unbelievable. Wow. I own one of these way before. This right over here, I don't know if you guys can see it, but that over here, this is an MU5 module. Remember when the QY and the RY series came out? These were handheld game palm keyboards and modules, and they came with a whole bunch of sounds. So this had a General MIDI sound base, and that's when General MIDI was really, really popular. Okay, check this out. I'm going to just put it this way. These are MIDI controller key stations. USB, that's when USB Miniman was starting to come out with USB key stations, and ever since then everything is now USB too. So you can't get around USB anymore. You could get around USB. It's everywhere. This is for 15 years, EM, 1986 to 2001. Let's skip this. Skip that. Skip that. These are all just little ads right here. Oh my gosh. Okay, check this out. Kurzweil. Digital grand pianos, digital keyboards. The Mark III, you got the Mark VI, the Mark 12i, the Mark 12i in the grand piano version. I'm sorry, the Mark 112i, and the Mark 152i. I had the Mark 10, and I had the Mark 12i. No, and also I had a Mark 150, not a 152, but it looked just like that, which is really cool. And the back one, Yamaha Clavinova. Yamaha Clavinova. This is what it was back then. So the models back then was a CVP 700, a CVP 107, and a 109. And those were the top of the line models back then. And I tell you this, just to see this, I don't know. I'm not going to sell it. It's not really worth anything. Except it says $5 right here, but that was back then. But it's not really worth anything. So I'm just going to keep it as a souvenir. I know my other keyboard enthusiasts might be like, "Oh, Kris, can you email it? Can you mail it to me? I would love to have it." No, no. I'm going to be stingy on this one and keep this one because I haven't seen these. This takes me back to years. I hope I can find more of these. If my boss have a whole stash of these, I'm taking them. These are mine now. So these are unbelievable. Keyboard magazine, and it's really, really cool just to go and reminisce through them. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Click like, subscribe, follow me on everything, and bye-bye.